unlike many professionals who can claim to study the basics of their profession during an undergraduate course, we don't have that luxury. No way can we guarantee you that whatever you have studied in these 4 years will help you even for 1 year of your professional service. I am speaking with respect to tools and technology. I don't think that it's because of the mistake of the people who are designing the syllabus or anything. This is the sad irony of our field. Technology as such has a habit of moving fast. Any technology. But what has happened is, the field in which we are in is progressing at a maddening speed, and it is impossible to anyone to cope up with this speed. That is why if you observe around, the average age of a professional life of anyone who is practicing this profession will not span more than 15-20 years. Not many people will do the coding for more than 15 years in their life. You can see doctors who are serving for 35 years, 40 years. But you will never find a software engineer who has an experience of 35 years. It is impossible. Because here you can't walk, literally you have to run. How long we can run is a question. But anyway, I feel that what we teach during an undergraduate course, the main lesson is not Java, C++ or .NET or whatever. That is not what we teach. You have to learn something more. Learnability is the key. Can you learn something on your own given the limited resources is the question. If you can do that, you will survive in this, otherwise no. Because please see around. Things are changing so fast. All the fundamental assumptions that we had done in our fields are breaking down. Things which we earlier were considering that will happen tomorrow has happened. Changes which we thought will take some time to actually come into the direct touch of us, the common man, has happened. There are 3 changes, fundamental changes that has happened. I don't know whether you are observing or not. First change is, the device called as computer, which we all considered very holy, does not enjoy the status anymore. There was a time when computer was the sole device which had the capability to do computation. Today there are so many devices which can do computation in a far better way than our computers. We have not considered them at all in our studies. Handheld devices are there. They can do better computation than computer. I am speaking of all those simple devices which are there lying in our house. There are computational devices today. What we call as ubiquitous computing was a high-fundo area before 2-3 years, is now a reality. Every other device is a device which can do some computation, thereby qualifying itself to be called as a computer. So our notion of computer as a device itself is changing. Are we ready to take up this challenge? There is second development which has become a mainstream subject today. When I came into this profession, when I joined engineering, there was a huge revolution. C as a programming language was introduced for the first year students. I belong to the first batch where this revolution happened. Till then, my seniors, they had studied C in their final year. When I joined, C was introduced in the first year. That revolution had happened at that time, signaling the fact that now people should take C as a language seriously. Now next revolution has happened this time. We have changed the syllabus of the first year, wherein we are teaching them open and parallel programming, thereby signaling the fact that yes, the time has come now to understand that the linear programming as we understand it now has come to an end. Be ready for it. The people who will be coming from now onwards will be more clear about parallel programming, about how to handle more than one processors in a system. We never worried about it. That's a revolution which has happened. In 1 year from now, unicore processor will be a thing of past. Are we prepared for it? Do we have enough knowledge? Do we have technologies? Have you mastered any 2 languages which will help you to parallelize your program and work efficiently? You will be challenged to think on these lines. So whatever you have studied till now will become redundant in the sense that the way we are approaching programming itself has changed. And let me tell you, this is not new. Every now and then, I have considered the time span as 7 years. Every 7 years, what we call as fundamentals of our profession undergoes a revolutionary change, for which we have to be ready. That is the second challenge before us. One is the device itself is changing. Second is the notion of programming is changing. There is a third development. Software no longer needs to reside in a computer. That's the third change. Till now we were thinking that you build a software, you go, you dump it into the client machine, your job is over. That was the idea. No longer. Today, software means a service which is loaded somewhere in some remote place. Whoever wants it will try to connect to that software and use it, like we access drinking water and electricity. Software is becoming a utility. That is the third major change which has happened. It has happened. Cloud, grid. These are not things which are there only in the textbook. They are practical realities. Please understand that you are in a very, very crucial stage now. How you will shift and how will you adjust your professional life in next 3, 4, 5 years will determine how will you fare in your life. It is one thing to be here, attend class, get your grades, CGPA. This is one thing. Professional career is something else. Whether you are preparing for your CIE, SCE grade, or whether you are preparing yourself for professional career is a choice which you have to make. You have an easy choice. See the textbook and use all the methods that you are masters and get better CGPA, SGPA or try to understand that this is a golden opportunity provided for you, this college environment, where you can experiment and see where you stand. In the professional life, your first job, the first step you take, the first project you are in will more or less seal your career. People don't understand that easily. People think I'll get into a job, later I'll say it doesn't happen. Because at least if you are planning to work in India, the kind of job profiles you will get for your first job will seal your future. If you go into the embedded stream, for 10-15 years you have to be there. Make a domain shift is not that simple. I always keep saying that we in colleges, we tolerate failure more. Here you should give a shot in whatever you think you like, it's okay if you fail. You will at least know that this is what I don't want to do. Therefore, you can shift to something else. You will not have this luxury once you start working. So it's better to try and fail in the college rather than trying the same thing when you go to your profession. So I think for this bunch of students who wants to directly get into the professional life after this course, I think information systems is a subject which you have to take very seriously. For this is one subject which could have given you the opening to understand how things work practically. It didn't happen. I am very sad about it. Whatever was the original plan to take case studies as a center point for taking this course forward did not happen. Had it happened that way, the course itself may have looked very different. But still, a rereading of this text will help you a lot. When you join your professional life, I think this subject and all other subjects along this course, I don't consider this as a single course. This is a series of subjects which we have taught you. Should help you gain better understanding of the problem that you are solving. Most of the times what happens is when you join the industry, they will never tell you what exactly is happening in the background. You will be just given a problem statement and you will be asked, either depending on your stream that you choose, either to test an application or better still to do a small piece of coding, or worse still, you will be dumped with a set of codes and you will be asked to rewrite it for maintenance. At least in Indian scenario, these are the only three possibilities for a fresher. So, in such times, I think this knowledge should help you understand in what context that code is being written, understand the business case behind them, so that you can code in a better way. That is one basic takeaway for it from this course. The second group of students whom I want to address are a very minority of them who may want to take up further studies immediately after the degree program here. I don't want to be a spoiled sport, but still, my advice to anyone is that this is a very, very bad career move. For if you want to take up further studies immediately after engineering, you will just add one more degree to your kitty without understanding anything more. I am talking even with respect to IIMs. Don't even think of doing MBA without having at least 18 months of field experience. What have you learned now? Do you understand the relevance of what you are studying? No. The same thing will repeat if you continue your masters from now. You can learn, you can study the book, you can get the marks, that is separate. The relevance of it you will never be able to appreciate. So for people who want to do their MBA, good, but don't do it now. Take some time off, work, see whether you are ready to do your MBA course or not, then go and do it. You will be able to appreciate the course better. Learn, for example, Porter's 5 force principle. How many of you have understood the relevance of it? You will not appreciate such things, such management theories, unless until you go interact with your clients in a very real world scenario. So MBA aspirants, I know many of you may have already started your CAT preparation. Fine. Immediately your choice. But my observation is that once you have the work experience, you will be better prepared to take on an additional degree. If you want to do a technical degree instead, which is very rare these days, I don't know why. At least I have not seen any student who has seriously pursued a technical course in a premier institute. Very rare. I don't know why our students don't do that. I feel you have to. An additional course in technology related aspects, at some point of time you will always feel the need. Especially I keep on saying students who want to take on the professional lives. See, till a point of time the IT industry is good. That is, you go now, you will enjoy. But after some time when you have to take that next move, questions will be asked. Do you have any extra qualification? Have you done any certification? Because nobody will want a project manager who is just a BA. No company will want a project leader with only BE degree. They will want additional qualifications. So getting a technical qualifications in future, if you have any such plans, my humble suggestion is, please don't do it for the name's sake in some American university, just for the want of a foreign. Many Indian institutes provide much better quality education than their, especially American counterparts. So when you have to take a decision, please take it in a much more informed way rather than going just by the name of the foreign country. Because I keep seeing most of our students, if you want to go, I keep on telling my alumni association guys that if we want to do an LP meet, it is better that we do in US, because most of our students are in US. 2 years, so do it in a cautious way, your technical degree. I think for all of you who want to do a technical degree, we have given enough avenues here. MIS is an established master's degree course. You can go and do that to reinforce your learning. Business intelligence has emerged as a separate master's area. Machine learning is a master's area. Today, you should go to any premier institute. A specialized master's course in data mining itself exists. So I think these kinds of masters will do a great help for you. Instead of going and doing masters in a more broad areas like computer science or networking, these kinds of courses are more useful for you. So you can take a look at that. Third group of people whom I want to address are very special for us. Not on the campus. I want to tell, at least I am very sure, at least few people will be there who will say that I will not do masters, I will not go into the industry, I want to be on my own. Good. Welcome to the gang, we all belong to the gang. There is nothing wrong in this. And you lose nothing. Don't fear, everything will be okay. Now after all our I think most of them suffer from the burden of having a degree. People who feel the burden of the degree will stay on in this profession because they have a degree. I want to join IT industry. What else can I do? Is a question. I want to say this is absolutely rubbish. There is nothing like this in the world. You can be a musician, you can be an interior decorator, you can be anything you want. Nobody will stop you because this generic studies you have done, don't feel that it can be used only in the IT industry. If you want to be a sportsman, go be a sportsman. If you You want to be a musician? Be a musician. Many people fear from taking the decision in their life. Nothing will go wrong. 1 year we will try. If things don't work, anyway we can go back. I have seen many people. We had students know that Galish Guru's guy. Galish Guru guy was our student. Abhishek, guitar person. He said, I want to be a musician. I told him, be a musician. What is it? Galish Guru's guitarist. Then no, my parents will not approve this decision. And okay, I'll do one solution. I'll give one solution. I will see that you are appointed here as a lecturer. Galish Guru's guitarist lecturer. You teach whatever you want to teach the first year lecturers will teach and practice music. Now he is full time into jingles and making music and all. See, the point in life is very simple. At the end of the day, you should sleep in peace. Think that day well spent. When you get up in the morning, you should feel that I should go for something which I like doing every day. If you have these two things, I think life will be more or less very happy. Where are the way to do this? So for all my friends who want to get rid of this burden, please do it. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸಿ ನಾವು 6th semester ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. It's okay. Whatever you want to do in life, you have to do. There are 4 group of people whom I want to address of. A very special category of people. Yaradru at least one group for all the things that we have done should become either an independent software consultant or an entrepreneur. Having taught business and all these things, even if one student does not become an entrepreneur, I think it's a great shame. So at least someone give a very serious thought. I will fully support. My services are free. I keep on saying. A Bumbi software that one of my students has started, I support him fully. Whoever wants to start a software business or wants to be an independent consultant, please give it a thought. It's possible. You are well qualified. You can do it. Only thing is you need to feel that you can. Right? So here I stop. Summary talk is better to I stop. There is a formal way of writing. What is formal way of writing? Thanking and all.